Now the look in her video, kind of the outline of it, it's more angled, sort of. So we're going to build the color on top of that. So you want to semi-angle it towards the brow. So when it's all said and done, it blends nicely. So this is going kind of to the bone line, and then again angling up towards the brow, because that's kind of our base there. Okay. Now we got the general gist of what we're going to be doing. For the rest of the eye, I like to use, again, a neutral underneath the brow, just to highlight. Now I'm going to use my Elite Pro 78 Shadow and Blush palette. So for the rest of the eye, you don't want to take away from the overall look, but you still want to add a little something. So I'm just going to use like a nice light peach, nothing out of pocket, but it gives it a little flavor. Just for the rest of the eye and the brows. See, not a lot, but just a little. And I know the lighting in my bathroom is a little crazy too, so I hope that you guys can kind of see the effect that I see. But the lighting's kind of funny. Right underneath the brows, just a light color, just to bring them out. You don't want to forget about those. Those are face framers. I just want to make sure we highlight those. And then because it's kind of a summery look, I highlight a little bit on the inside as well. Just a little bit, not too much. And blend. So that kind of takes care of the rest of the eye. Gives it a little bit of color. And blend. Okay, so now we can start with the main things. Alright, so I've used my cream base, so now I'm going to layer on top of that with the inside blue, and then go to the brown and the darker colors on the outside. So what I'm using here is a Wet n Wild On Cloud 9. It's a trio palette, really light blue, brown, and then a darker blue. I'm going to use the lighter blue and part of the brown for this look. So right now I'm going to apply the lighter blue on the inside, which will give it more of a shimmer and stand out. And again, follow kind of like the guideline that we set earlier with the gray cream. Just follow that guideline as far as shape goes, that way you're not overdoing it. Because I'm trying to keep it as similar to the look as possible. And then anything that we mess up, we can always go back and clean. Which is a great thing about makeup remover. Okay, now blending towards the middle section of the eye would be the browns that she kind of used. So you don't want to use too dark of a brown, but it's complementary. Blues and browns are great together, however you put them. So I'm just going to use the brown from this trio. And then starting center-wise outward, I'm just going to kind of blend it. And then following our guideline just so everything matches up nicely. And don't worry about the latter part of it because we're going to blend the darker color in anyway. I'm using a smaller brush just so I have more control of it. And then I can go back and reinforce with the blending brush, which kind of makes it nice and even. So I use the blending brush like where the colors begin to meet and just slowly blend them together so they flow evenly kind of into each other and into the rest of the eye. Then just go back and redefine as need be. So. Okay, now for the outer part, I'm not really going to use black. I'm just going to use like a darker navy, still to give that the finish off effect. And then we're going to just add a little bit under the eye as far as the color. So let me use a different brush. And slowly but surely just add a little bit of the color in with the brown because you're going to go back and blend. And it's still following the guideline that we set, so it's kind of on that angled look. And again, if you wanted the look a little bit darker, you could add some black, but because it's a darker blue, it kind of goes with the color scheme of the style that she had for the video. Now the only thing I didn't apply are bottom lashes, which I could do individually or I could use a strip. I didn't want to take away from the look, so I didn't apply them. I just used the top lashes, but that's okay. Okay, so go back with the blending brush. So blend everything nicely, and I think I just want to add a little bit more of the brown again. Right in the center, so we'll make sure we can see everything. Everybody has an even chance of being seen. Not everybody, but every color, you know what I mean. And then we just go use our blending brush, and again, it's a really light brush. There's no grand definition to it, so that's what the blending brush is. And again, you can buy those anywhere: CVS, Walgreens, professional websites. You know, you can get them really anywhere. Now, for underneath the eye, again, I like balance. I'm just going to add a little bit of the light blue that we had earlier under the eye. You can see that. And she didn't line her eyes with the black pencil. I think it was more of a blue, but you can use black as well. When we get to the lining, and I just kind of extend this blue out a little bit. Alright, so that's the basis of the look. I'm just going to go back with my blending brush really gently. And on top, you know, at this point you would kind of put on your lashes and everything, but since I've already done that, I cut it short. I'm just going to redefine it. I'm going to use a black on top, just because there's darker colors. So it's not that bad. Underneath I'm going to use a navy blue pencil instead of a black. And then after the liner, you know, you just reapply another good coat of mascara. There we go. And the more defined, again, your liner is, the easier it is to glide on. I'm just kind of dabbing now. Just want to cover up the lash so you can't see it and blends in. And I use a dramatic lash. Again, in the previous video, you know, there's different lashes. You can get natural, dramatic. There's ones that are a little thicker. So I just used a dramatic. I didn't overdo it. Just gives it a little more oomph. And underneath, we're going to use, this is Rimmel. I love Rimmel. Their pencils are great. Soft kohl pencils. So if you want them to last, use kohl pencils. So I have a, what color is this? Denim blue. That's what I'm going to line the other eye with. Just lightly. Keeps with the blue effect. And I do about 3/4 underneath. I don't do the whole thing. I mean, you can. But I want to kind of keep the lighter blue seam, but then just give it a little blue effect. And blue underneath the eyes is an alternate to using white liner, the French lining, because it still, it still adds, or makes your eyes a little lighter. So, that's pretty much that. And then, lastly, her lips in the video are like a very nude color with a little bit of gloss. So, I'm going to line with a nude pencil. It's by Jordania. It's called Latte. My lips are based already, but because it's a nude color, you can kind of fill in the lips. So when you put on a gloss, it really looks like there's nothing there, which is the look that she has in the video. And then you just finish off with your powders, any highlighting or contouring that you want to do, which I've kind of already done. Ooh, that fell off. Sorry about that. I'm dropping everything. Oh my. Alright. And then lastly, I have a Wet n Wild Diamond Liquids lip gloss. Kind of neutrally clear, but a little bit of gold, a little bit of sparkle. So it's really good for finishing off a really natural look. I'm just going to take my lip brush. Again, it's good for precision, and then just add it on top of the liner, per se. So it looks really natural. Actually, almost kind of blends in with the skin. That's the look that we're going for, and that's kind of what she had. Alright, so finishing touches would be, we're going to do a little highlighting, not too much. I'm just going to use my sponge for this. Just again, bring out little features. Did a little contouring already, so I don't have to do as much. And then I'll just blend with my normal foundation. That's not the one I want. That's the one I want. Just a little bit. Keeps the eyes popping. Alright. Throw a little bit of powder on top. Again, I like to use the matte.